Look at that.
What it do, my people? Thank you for choosing Total Payout Podcast. You're chilling with your host, Trouble. Today's date, April 7th, 2026. Got 3 picks on deck for y'all today, so let's go ahead and go over those picks. We got Charlotte versus Boston, Miami versus Toronto, and Houston versus Phoenix. Great games today. We're going to go ahead and handicap the Charlotte versus Boston game real quick. We got the third meeting, March 4th, home game for Boston. Charlotte plus 6.5, Charlotte 118.89, under 214. Second meeting, March 29th, home game for Charlotte. Boston plus 2.5, Boston 114.99, under 217. Head-to-head last 10, Boston 8-2 straight up last 10, 5-5 against the spread last 10, and the over is 5-4-1 last 10. Now, Charlotte profile, they're 9-2 against the spread last 11, 1-7 straight up last 8 versus Boston, and they're 2-15 last 17 at Boston. Boston is 6-1 against the spread last 7, 6-1 straight up last 7, 7-1 straight up last 7 at home, 5-1 against the spread versus the East, and 5-0 against the spread last 5 in April. Now, my personal line in this game, I got Boston -5, total around 224. I think Boston came out like -6, 6.5. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with Boston in this game. I think Boston clicking. Charlotte, they're kind of disappointed last time at home against Boston. No Jaylen Brown, no Derek White. They still lost with just JT and the backups. I didn't like that game for Charlotte. Charlotte should have dominated Boston. I don't think this is a good spot for Charlotte on the road against a team like Boston, who knows Charlotte is feeling themselves. And I think Boston want to make a statement in this game and kind of shut Charlotte up. Might be a team they see in the playoffs in the first round. Maybe second round, or Charlotte can make some noise in the first round. Second game we're going to handicap, Miami versus Toronto. Great game. Now it's the third meeting. First meeting, December 15th, home game for Miami. Toronto plus 4.5. Toronto money line 106.96, under 234. Second meeting, December 23rd, home game for Miami. Toronto plus 5.5. Toronto money line 112.91, under 227. Now, head-to-head last 10, Miami 6-4 straight up last 10. Toronto 6-4 against the spread last 10, and the total was 5-5 last 10 games. Now, Miami's profile, they're 1-4 against the spread last 5, 3-8 straight up last 11, 1-4 against the spread last 5 versus Toronto, and 6-14 last 20 at Toronto. Toronto 5-1 against the spread last 6 at home, 8-4 straight up last 12 versus the Eastern Conference, 13-7 against the spread last 20 versus the Southeastern Conference, which is the conference Miami's a part of. The division, the Southeast Division. Now, my personal line in this game, I got Toronto -2, total around 231. I think Miami opened up -1.5, 239, total around 239. I'm gonna go ahead and take the home dog in this game plus 1.5. My line's good enough for me. Toronto -2. Toronto was great at home. They're 13-7 against the spread last 20 versus that division. Miami 6-14 last 20 going into Canada. Don't like that. That's not a good straight up record. So go ahead and let me get Toronto at home as a dog. They're playing good. They're actually playing good against the Eastern Conference. I think they want to make a statement and try to get this game from Miami. Keep the home momentum going and keep their place in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Now, the third and final game we're going to handicap today, we got Houston versus Phoenix. This should be a good game. That's the fourth meeting of the season. First meeting, November 24th, home game Phoenix, Houston -6.5, Houston 114.92, under 224. Second meeting, December 7th, home game for Houston, Houston -9, Houston 117.98, under 218. And then the third meeting, January 5th, home game for Houston, Phoenix plus 8.5, Houston 100-97, under 222. Now, head-to-head last 10, Houston 8-2 straight up last 10. Houston 7-3 against the spread last 10, under is 7-3 last 10. Now, Houston is 4-10 against the spread last 14, 6-0 straight up last 6, 4-1 against the spread last 5 versus Phoenix, but they're 1-8 against the spread last 9 away from home. Phoenix is 4-8 straight up last 12, but they're 4-1 against the spread last 5 at home, but they're also a paltry 0-5 against the spread last 5 at home versus Houston. Now, the line opened up Houston -1.5, total around 217. My line is Phoenix -1, 224. I'm going to go ahead and roll my line again. Home game Phoenix. Houston has swept them this season 3-0. I think Phoenix want to get one game, man. They don't want to go bowing out 4-0 to this team. Obviously you got this is the basically the superstar trade, Jalen and Dylan Brooks for KD. So this pretty much Phoenix don't want to go 4-0 in this series. Pretty much looks like Houston would have won that trade on a head up status. I do believe Phoenix is a little bit better on it with this trade, but head to head, I mean, it is what it is. If you beat me 4-0 head to head, no matter what our records are, no matter what anybody feels like, you can't beat us or we can't beat you, or whichever way the conversation's going. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Phoenix to avenge home court in this game, and also at least try to get one game out of this 4-game series. So let's go ahead and recap the games we got today. We're gonna go ahead, like I said, we got the home game of Boston -6.5 against Charlotte Hornets. Then we got Toronto getting +1.5 at home against Miami Heat. And then we got the Phoenix Suns getting +1.5 at home against the Houston Rockets. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Chilling with your host Trouble. This is Total Payout Podcast, April 7th, 2026. Great Tuesday. I appreciate you guys' time. Please give me a like, comment, and subscribe at the end of this video. I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, once again, I appreciate you guys giving me a couple minutes out y'all day today. And like I always say, man, please stay out the way. Thank you.
Hey, Rick and Thad.